Those KTMs. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this? Oh, this turned into a really strange situation for me here. I wanted to bring it to your attention because this guy was following me for well, the last couple of hours, and he'd get up on me and he'd slow down, and I offered to stop and talk to him. I don't know what he was doing. He was like screwing with me. So I kind of stayed back. I should have just stopped. Yeah. And at one point I just slowed down to the point where, you know, I made it so obvious when I slowed down that he kind of drifted away from me. So, yeah, it was just strange, just odd. I felt very uncomfortable. I didn't know what this guy was up to. So here I couldn't believe that I had crossed paths with him again. And at one point he flipped me off, man. I just don't understand what he was thinking here. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do anything to this guy. I don't know what aggravated him.
That's a GoPro?
What's a GoPro?
GoPro makes a 360?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I've
that.
got two of these babies. Oh,
really? I thought that was the 360 was a
Insta.
Insta.
They make a good Insta makes a good one too.
So that's a GoPro. I didn't know that was a GoPro.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm loyal to GoPro.
Interesting.
They suck their GoPro 10s.
I guess.
These 360s are bulletproof, man. They're great cameras.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Was that you or me?
That's me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so let me introduce you.
Hi.
The creator of the South Dakota Northern Route. Do you like to be called Vance, Vinnie, or Frosty, or Frostbite?
You know,
or Hey You?
It's kind of. What are you doing, camera? Stop it.
You're misbehaving.
It is. My camera's misbehaving.
Or get out of here.
Chill. Well, let's move this. I think it's the Wi-Fi going nuts. Okay. Let's just move this over here. All right. Let's start over.
Yeah. Okay.
Chill. Chill. Okay. Proximity is your friend, I guess.
Okay. Oh, got that on video.
Oh my gosh.
How many of those twisted teeth did you have?
4 too many. Wow.
Hey.
I can't get up. Help me get my fat ass out of this ditch. Okay.
This is what happens when you incline your chair.
I know. I
on
felt
that slope downhill.
I think it was that hole right there. There's a hole. Look. Okay.
Big old gopher hole.
Yeah.
So, do we really need to start over? This is classic, man.
No, we don't need to start over.
Okay, cool. Your route's great.
You know, it's interesting because my first name's John. You can. My middle name's Vance, but my parents always call me Vance, my middle name.
Can I call you Johnny Vance?
You can. But in my professional world, I go by John.
Are you a professional? You're a professional on his bike, man. I can't even keep up with you.
No, but most people in the biker community have never known me by either of my real names.
Yeah.
So it's always Frostbite.
Really?
Or Vinnie. Yep.
I like calling you Frosty.
For 30 years. And that all stems from when I first came from California, your home state, to Minnesota. I got frostbite on my ass. And
how does one achieve that?
Well, when your fuel lines freeze when it's 28 below zero in Minnesota, and you're on your back trying to thaw things out, and you get frostbite on your ass.
I'll keep that.
That's how that happens.
I'll make sure I never do
That's how that happens. So I was teased relentlessly about that. So the name stuck. So I'm proud of that name. Yeah. Frostbite.
All right.
Yep. That's how I got my name, Frostbite.
So
I got frostbite on my ass.
So I started your route in Newcastle, and the first section, and I don't have the GPS loaded, so I can't show this, but people watching my video will know what I'm talking about.
You can show a base camp view.
Well, no, this will be at the end of it also, a little bit of a reflect back and know what I'm talking about. So I did come to a dead end.
Yep.
And it shouldn't have been. I think it's something that Ariel from flying over you probably didn't see. But it was the perfect route, but it went right into this guy's...
And that's why I was trying to do those Google Earth animations so I could find those.
It's hard to see those.
It is.
I flew over all that, and I didn't catch it either. So anyways, I had to backtrack out of there, and I was looking for alternatives to go around that. And there probably is an alternative. I would need a desktop or laptop, really take some time to reroute that. And I was in a position where I just didn't. I just bypassed the whole section. And bypassing that section, I probably missed out on some really great riding, because I remember as I bypassed and I look back at it, I'm looking up into these mountains, these hills, and I'm going, that's probably a beautiful ride up there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm trying to make time. I'm not like in a time schedule, but I
need to move on.
I've got such a long route. I'm trying to keep the progress going. So I reroute and I go around that. And then I come to a second part where I'm making a right off of one of the main roads there. And I get back in there about 6 or 8 miles, and it comes to a dead end. Now, the route did continue through the guy had a corral, big corral, with a gate here and a gate on the front.
This is north of Newcastle, Wyoming.
Yes, right? Yeah. This. Mm. And so it's like I was uncertain whether or not I should be opening this guy's gate, because it was a small corral. It wasn't like a fence line where you could open a fence and go through and shut it.
Depends on if there's a sign or not.
There was no sign. I mean, I don't know if I was approaching on private property or not, but as I looked beyond that, I couldn't really see a defined road or trail. It could have been there, but I couldn't define it. So it was just uncertainty. So it's a second
Wyoming
part.
has high winds and it blows signs down.
Well, this is something that, as you watch the video, and I'll make sure you get your hands on this, you can pick out the area that I'm talking about, and you can refly it, and you can take a look in detail, and then you'll have answers for all that stuff, what you have to do to reroute, or if this is something I just missed, because I'm going to mess up in some areas on your route. I'm not going to...
well, you know, Dan, it's like the BDR. They take 2 or 3 years to prove these routes out.
Yeah. Well,
and doing it from... you know, at home in the winter in Minnesota, the best you could do is just find these roads, research them out. But the real proof of the pudding is actually riding it.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. Yeah,
and I couldn't do it because my clutch failed.
Yeah, because you got almost to Newcastle.
So well, we were on day 7. We were supposed to head to Newcastle, and the storms around the Black Hills were so severe we couldn't get through.
Which is amazing because
we had to head northeast.
I didn't hit a drop of rain. You took all that weather and did it for me. So
let's go south a bit till we get out of this.
You took the abuse.
Otherwise, we're going to head right into it.
Yeah. No, it was bad. It was bad.
Your videos show that. Yeah. And for you to go through a clutch is, you're in the fight.
Well, KTM has really worthless clutch springs.
But they have such a pretty color.
They do. It's a beautiful bike.
It is pretty. And I tell you, one time you disappeared from view. And I thought for sure you were like off in a cornfield, that you were going too fast and lost it. You were so far in front of me. It's like, where'd he go?
I could see you. I could see
That's because I hit my spots, man. Now, I went through a route just today before we met. As we met at White Rock there, I did a section earlier today that I know that people have seen this, so they'll know what I'm talking about, where I come to, I call them like crossovers, connecting routes, where you'll have different roads, but you'll connect them, shortcut them by going through legal routes. But you're going through like a route. I've done this several times with you that isn't used much, so it is overgrown.
It's a section road.
Yeah. So
the
one today was probably the funniest one of all of them.
Yeah.
As I'm in the middle of this, and the grass is up as tall as the bike, and there's a cornfield that kind of goes around, and there's a lake over there. And I don't want to get too close to the lake because I'm in this tall grass. I don't know if I'm getting in a swampy area or whatever. It's a short pathway through there. It isn't long. You can see the other side of it. But you're looking at it and you're going, man, the weeds are as tall as the bike. They got water there. The safest bet is to follow right along the corn rows as the corn kind of circles around.
The tractor can make it, you can make it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, and I did. So that's what I did, but it was comical because the whole ride through that, you could just hear me just cracking up. I mean, I was just blown away that I was doing this. And so I got around the other side and hit a road. It's like, man, that was crazy. But I've run into that almost 4 or 5 times where I'm just cutting past this stuff, and it's like I'm over there, Vinnie, what the heck are you doing to me? So as you look at the video and you'll see what I'm experiencing, there might be an option there that you see. I did that, but if other people do your route, they might not want to do that. So you might throw in an option.
Sure.
A different color route.
An alternate.
On the reservations that you sent me through, I didn't have any issues. I went through a lot of fence lines. Just hook them back up when you exit.
Most of them are good. Pine Ridge is difficult.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like. These these had me scratching my head a little bit because some of them are longer, and you're like, it's putting a lot of faith in the route. It's like, hey, it's here. I know he's researched it. I know it goes somewhere, and I just got to stay on it. It's after you go through this stuff, and it's like, I get it, man. It was fun. It was cool. It made me laugh. But it's a little bit intimidating at first when you start doing these things and you're out in this vast field and all you see is cows everywhere. And when there's one area, I unlocked the gate and there's some bulls there. I'm going, oh crap, man.
That's scary.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. There was like 3 or 4 bulls mixed in with the cows, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's safe or not. I don't know how aggressive they are. So I opened the gate and I put the bike through it and I locked the gate, and the bulls are just standing there with the cows and they're looking at it. The cows are so curious. They're just looking at you. And I get on the bike and I ride away and I'm going, wow, I could have had some problems there.
But bulls, you never know. You don't have any red on your bike, so, or orange. Probably my bike, they would have charged me and just trampled me to death.
Probably. They would have had fun doing it too.
No. I'm going to do it next year. I'm really sorry I missed it this year. But with a burnt up clutch, what do you do?
Yeah, oh, sure. Well, I would hope that some of these areas that I missed, that you'll be able to get through them and pick up on them. But maybe some of the information that I provide for you, you can make your choices, or you can get a better opinion.
Well, you know, had I ridden the route, I would have encountered the same issues you did, obviously.
Well, a little bit different with you. You might not have had the time restraints. I hate to rush stuff.
just the you know, the private property issues. That's something I would have known about.
Yeah.
Because that would be more recent than
right.
than maybe documents allow.
Right.
And those things are, you know, I never plan on this being public, these routes.
But you could. Some of your stuff is BDR quality. I mean, some of your stuff is like...
Well, that's fine. You know, BDR did approach me and they wanted me to collaborate with them, and I decided not to, and they decided to collaborate with somebody else, which is fine. I don't care.
So they did the Dakar?
The Dakar.
Dakar, okay. Yeah. So they purchased that? How do they do it?
I don't know what it was, and I know I'm friends with the what do you call it? The person that developed the Dakar, and it's impressive. You know, it's great. The Dakar's great. I did part of it. I incorporated part of it into my route. Yeah. But I don't know. It's like, you know, come on, guys. You know, make your own stuff. You know, don't
BDR has done that before. They end up. Do they legally purchase? Or
I have
they
no
just
idea.
Seize it? Or?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The Dakar, you have to purchase the GPX routes, which I did.
Yeah.
I purchased them.
Well, I mean, for BDR to actually use that route, collaborate.
The developer of Dakar and BDR, they collaborated together.
All right.
To make this an official BDR.
Okay, right.
Because South Dakota doesn't have an official BDR.
Right.
Neither does Nebraska.
They just announced it. I got an email. I don't know if it's been a few weeks back, but they just announced this thing about the new BDR route. And
it's like
I'm thinking, wait, you guys kind of, this is an existing route that you guys kind of took. You know.
Well, they didn't take it. They came to an agreement with Bill.
Okay.
Which is great. You know, it gives people. But the only thing is, it's like, you know, like they auctioned off the first ride.
Yeah,
it was like $4,500 a person.
It was
like,
in my email.
No, it's like, no. You know, honestly, I think like the northern route that I did in Nebraska, that is a spectacular BDR.
You're not telling me I got to pay you to do your ride?
No, it's free. But
you want $4,500, don't you?
No, I don't want any money for this. I don't. The thing is that, you know, it's difficult. You better be ready.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be in some remote areas where you know good and well.
Yeah.
If you go down,
but you see,
you might go out.
Do you understand that I am so well prepared for this because I own a DRZ 400.
You own a DRZ 400, yeah.
You know, you can't have a better
It's indestructible. No, you know, honestly, I really think there should be a BDR of northern Nebraska.
Really? That's that impressive, huh? Or fine-tune it and then go to BDR and present it.
Why? I mean...
Because in that, your route would be more publicized and more available for you'd have more writers doing
I don't know.
Your name wouldn't be on it no more because
I don't care. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But they're public roads. Yeah, there's no secret to it.
Yeah, right. But it is the selection of that route that's what's creative.
And unfortunately, honestly, depending upon your bike, the northern part of the Nebraska ride that I took, if you have a low fender and it's rained in the last 3 days, it doesn't matter. You aren't going to make it.
So anyways, I just want to wrap this up and tell you I appreciate you sharing that GPX route with me. And it was different. Every state has something different about it. A couple things about South Dakota is there are some highlighted areas that are gorgeous, and there is some fast roads.
Yep.
And got to watch them corners.
Well, you know, I wanted to make this route big bike friendly, you know, capable for anyone of any skill level. It's hard to find anything really technical in northern Nebraska, except for mud, basically, and ruts.
But you in the northern
that was my goal.
The northern route, you should have a little experience. And there's some areas that are, it's big bike friendly, but you got to know what you're doing.
It has to be proven out, you know, over time.
Yeah.
It takes a couple, 3
And
years.
if you do the route next year, and then I'm sure you'll really refine it, make some changes if it needs it. But I appreciate it. Now I'm in Minnesota, and it's pretty blasé, I should say. You don't want to rag on your state, but there's not.
No, you know, that's Minnesota, man. You get on a gravel road, and she's going to go straight as an arrow for 20 miles.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I appreciate you taking the time out.
Yeah.
And, you know, you met me today at White Rock, which is a thinking strange place.
An abandoned town.
Yeah, very much. Where it was, according to the sign, I
think there's 2 people that live there.
To something back in its day. It was
quite the town. Yeah.
Quite impressive. So, and we're going to split up tomorrow. You're going to be heading back home, and I'll continue into Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula. All right. Well, look, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming out and meeting me in White Rock. Doing this ride out here gave us an opportunity. We've known each other for quite a few years now, actually.
Yeah.
And so we got to meet face to face, and it's been a real pleasure.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, yeah. You're a character. You got
my pleasure, Dan, to join you on this adventure. It's been great.
I'm glad I had the opportunity to do your ride.
Wouldn't have it any other way.